Hi, my name is Mayuko Moriyama, and call me Mayo, like mayonnaise. It's easy to remember, right? And I'm a big fan of WordPress and WordPress community and WordCamps, and so I I travel to WordCamp if some city has in Asia, and I came to Kuala Lumpur several times, and I came to uh, WordCamp Kuala Lumpur 2 years ago, and I before that I also attend a WordPress meetup in Kuala Lumpur. By the way, uh, I I applied to talk to because I want I wanna be a friend of you. So thank you, thank you. So I always travel, but sometimes I'm alone. And after work camp, maybe some of you are leaving from this town, right? But if you stay here, if you stay Kuala Lumpur, I'll stay here until Thursday. So if you want to go to co-working space with me, talk to me later. Okay. So again, I like traveling to work camps. Like it's Taiwan last year, and it's Nepal and United States. Like I hadn't tried to count how many work camps I went, but I started to attend work camps 5 years ago in Tokyo, and after that I'm traveling. And also now I joined a company, but this year. But before I work as freelance web developer, and I made websites for my clients or partners, and so I didn't have an office, so I could work anywhere from anywhere. Like this is Iwate in Japan, and it's known as ski resort. But in the summer, nobody comes, but it's still a good place and like fresh air. So I stayed there for a month. And another place, it's Koh Lanta in Thailand. And so Koh Lanta has just beach, but they also has co-working space, and I saw hundreds people came to co-working space every day, and I surprised because all of them are digital nomad. And so I travel often. So last year I canceled my apartment in Tokyo, and so now I'm always traveling, and like I move one, like monthly, and that lifestyle is becoming a trend in Japan. And this year, TV show interviewed me, and I and also magazine interviewed me, and so I want to talk about this style more. And so today's topic, I talk about my story a bit more, and I talk why this style is nice, and 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 then I'll talk how you can do that. So I start with how I started WordPress. So after when I was student, I did job hunting, and it's not successful. And also, I broke up with my boyfriend. So I wanted to escape this situation, and I searched Google, and like I wanted to go somewhere else, not in Japan, and I found a job in Cambodia. And that was a magazine company, a Japanese travel magazine company. And I sent an email, and they sent back email, and they asked when I can go, and so I took a ticket. Then I work for magazine company, but actually it's like free magazine, and so most of advertisements are from hotels, and so in Cambodia many Japanese go there, and if Japanese people stay some hotel, the hotel puts that magazine in the room, but Japanese travelers decide the schedule before they go they go there. So they should search about Cambodia before they go, but they didn't have website. So I told to my boss, and we should have website. And my boss said, okay, you can make it. Then I asked Google again, and I thought WordPress fits for us. So, and I choose WordPress theme, and I made website like this. And so this is my first website I made for as a job. After that, so in Cambodia, many Japanese has business there, and other Japanese business owners also wanted to make a website. So they asked me, like, it's a souvenir shop, and another one like massage shop, because it's tourist area. so that's how I started my career. So that was good because everyone wants website, but they didn't know any web designer there. So I could find Blue Ocean, and so I'm good for computer, so I could get marketable skill there. Then spoke at Meetup. I decided to go back to Japan 3 years later. Then at that time, it was 5 years ago. WordPress has an anniversary, and they planned a meetup. And they called for a speaker for lightning talk. It's 5-minute talks, and so I thought, I can talk if in 5 minutes. And I applied. Then later I realized, 20 people came. And so I cried. I was super nervous, but I talked about how I made a website in Cambodia, and then people know me, and okay, you do interesting thing. And everyone talked to me, and I got many friends. Then they asked me to become organizer of WordCamp. Then I became a organizer, so all of them are volunteers. So then, because people know me, some of them ask a job as well, so I could get a job. So I never did job hunting at that time, but they asked for work. So out of your comfort zone, like me. And actually, WordPress community is a good place to find friends and collaborator. In a meetup, I made many friends, and before I was alone. if I have question, I couldn't ask anyone because in Cambodia, I was only one web designer in Japanese community. Uh, com- so I thought our WordPress community is great place. And of course, for you, uh, by the way, how many of you attend WordCamps for first time? Oh, okay. And so how how many of you have attended WordPress meetup before? Ah, okay. Okay, but you were few number. So Kuala Lumpur also has WordPress meetup. So if you haven't attended, uh, visit meetup.com and search Kuala Lumpur WordPress meetup. And so after I did organizer of WordCamp Tokyo, I started traveling to WordPress event. So even Japan, they have many meetups, like many. And in Malaysia, I think Penang has WordPress meetup, right? And if another city has a meetup, no? Only Penang and Kuala Lumpur. Kota Kinabalu also has meetup, so search it and reach to organizer, and maybe you can send a message and like I want to go to Kota Kinabalu when then I'd like to attend your meetup. Then why don't you organize meetup during that date? Then maybe they will help you, or they will help you and welcome you. So visit meetup.com. So I don't know if you want to be a digital nomad. No? Yes. I don't know. And also I want to talk about potential barriers. So number one, if you don't have remote job, maybe you don't do that style. So people say, okay, you want to work remotely, go to remote, okay, this is enable website. And also Japan has a similar one, like CrowdWorks. But actually I tried to apply from that website, but I never get job from this website. And my friend ran this service. It's no service, but so it's kind of boot camp for a month, and the teacher will tell you how you can apply for crowdsourcing job, like that. But I never tried again. I never tried to. I actually tried, but I never get job from this website. But after I started talk, I asked attendee or volunteers ask me a job. Then, my friend Case, so he is Jongwon, a very left side. He is Singaporean, and this time he attended. He spoke at WordCamp Tokyo for the first time, and so we take him and other speakers to dinner, and then he is not talk very right side with skinhead guy. He works for agency, and his agency, uh, wo- everyone in his agency, everyone works remotely, and they have big clients. And I heard after this dinner, Noel asked John to join his company. So if you speak at WordCamps, maybe you'll get better job than small job that's on websites. はい、じゃあ next. はい、potential barrier number 2. So I like travel, but I don't like loneliness. Like sometimes I travel alone, and that's sad. So if I want to go travel, I always find events. So I always check WordCamp Central website, and you can see the schedule, and also meetup.com. And so if you want to attend some WordCamps, ask me. I have recommendation, and so I'll ask some question for you, and I'll pick which WordCamp is for you. So, and also, WordCamp Asia. So we are organizing WordCamp, very first WordCamp Asia in Bangkok next year, February. Woo! 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 And actually, I'm one of organizer, and so another organizer is sitting there. So, so from Japan, more than 50 people attend, and for you, it's big advantage because you have Air Asia, right? So to Bangkok, so you can go there 134 Malaysian ringgit for a single way. So why don't you go there? Why don't you join together? Mm. Then, so I always attend event, but what to do after event? Everyone leave, everyone go back to normal life, and I'm alone. so another what to do is, so I always find co-working space with accommodation if they have, because so of course I try co-working space, but sometimes co-working space is for local, and they don't talk to like me, like traveler, like people who come only a day, only one day and leave. That kind of people is difficult to have communication. So I often visit Nagasaki because they have co-working space with accommodation, and some people from the city stay there longer, and they also has living space, so we can so imagine if co-working space, everyone working, and it's hard to talk to them because they're working. But if we have kitchen and if we cook, you can talk to them, right? So I prefer to stay like that kind of place. So Japan, so some area in Japan started that kind of space, like co-living space. This is another Uzu house. So they have that located just next to the ocean. And another one, Yamaju, that's in front of, it's not the sea. I don't know the English, but lake, yes, next to the lake. And it's co-working space and it has accommodation. But I don't know if Bangkok has that kind of place, but let's plan. If you go to Bangkok, um, please come earlier or stay there longer and let's stay somewhere with me, maybe. And so last potential barrier I suggest is maybe family. But actually, I'm a single, and parents don't care about me. So I don't have problem, but maybe you have problem. So I'll so I'll talk about my friend's case. So he's soon my friend. And so we are good friends for 5 years since I joined organizer team of WordCamp Tokyo. And he's also like traveled to WordCamps, and he married this year. And I heard they decide to cancel apartment in Tokyo, and after WordCamp Asia in Bangkok, they start travel together for a year. So, and actually, her wife is a model, so maybe they can have clients of like a picture from a tourist place and sell photo maybe. And another case, Mike's case. So Mike Schroeder is also my friend, and he visited WordCamp Tokyo several times since 5 years ago. And sometimes he came alone, and sometimes he came with his family. And one time, he visited Ogi Island in Japan. So it's a small island of 100 population, but many of them, not many, but I know at that time 2 family WordPress developer family, and many of WordPress friends visit that island, and Mike also visit with family. And I heard at that time his daughter said, I want to move to this island. I like Totoro, kind of that. And after they moved to the island from US. And so if you travel to WordCamps, maybe you'll find next place to move with your family. Still don't want to travel? Don't worry, you can join local community in here. So I already told you, Kuala Lumpur has WordPress meetup, and also Penang has, and Kota Kinabalu has. So you can ask organizer, and you can suggest what you can talk about, or if you are worried about talking, you can say, okay, I'll help like volunteer, like I can help making put event on meetup.com or something. You can help something. And also, I don't know if WordCamp Kuala Lumpur is happening next year, but if you do, so you can ask volunteers with yellow T-shirt and say, I want to be a volunteer next year, and maybe you can be a friend with them, and you can get information, I think. Or another way, well, you can welcome nomads in here, I think, because Southeast Asia is known as a good place to stay in digital nomad people. And I started, but actually, this is before I came here last time was 2 years ago, and I couldn't try co-living space here. So I asked Google and I found that article and that said Kuala Lumpur has co-working co-living space, and I'm sure some digital nomad people is staying there, and they might accept drop-in. So you can go there as using co-working space, I think. And also, my friend started co-living space in Parkview Service Apartment. I don't know where it is, but I'll go there from tonight. And so, uh, so if you want to talk about more about digital nomad, please visit me because I'll be there until 7. And if you have recommendation of co-working space, please talk to me. So that's it. Thank you. Hi.
Yeah. That was great. It's good to meet another digital nomad. So, just got to pose for our photo. Thank you. Some more WordPress swag for you. Yeah. I'm sure you've got heaps with all the WordPress things you've been to. You know, I've done some being a digital nomad as well, and it's a great lifestyle. There's heaps of people in WordPress that do it. And Mayo's obviously an expert with how much she's done it. Do we have any questions out there for Mayo? Up the back.
Hello.
Hi.
If I want to KL as a nomad, so how can I face the visa processing at Malaysia? Is there any option for nomad at Malaysia for visa processing?
I couldn't listen after Malaysia.
Okay.
Visa.
If I apply as a nomad working
okay.
at KL,
Okay,
Kuala Lumpur, what's the process how can I apply in the visa?
So you asked visa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so visa, I'm not really know about Malaysian visa, but I always visit somewhere with tourist visa. Because I don't work for them, you know, I bring my job from Japan and I just take this to everywhere. So,
okay.
so I
But tourist visa has only 1 month durations. But if I working here, I need almost 1 hour, almost 1 year, maximum 6 months at least. So, okay.
There's somebody down
actually,
here that can
what
let you
she
know.
wants to know is how she can get employment pass in Malaysia
Yeah.
to work legally in Malaysia. All right. So I think she really didn't understand the concept about the law. Using tourist visa, you cannot work in Malaysia. If you have legal employer, they will provide you employment pass, and then you can work legally. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Very interesting. Actually, I got co-working space to recommend you later. That's one good one. But the one that really I'm interested to know is what kind of collaboration do you work in Tokyo? Because I think they have a lot of designers and all the people. Like, how can you share some experience? Like, what kind of people you meet there?
Thank you. What was the question?
What types of designers and people do you work with in Tokyo, in the community?
Okay. Very mixed. Yeah, some are designer. Yeah, and most of them works for IT business, I guess, for Japanese. But I met European guys, and they work for sometimes they're writers, they're teachers, and they teach something online with video chat. And I saw many, many of that kind of people, but not for Japanese. So because in Japan, remote work is just started, not so popular. But I hope more variety of workers can do remote work.
Well, Mayo, thank you very much for your talk today and for that introduction into being a digital nomad. We have to finish up right now, so if you want to head over to track 2, you can do so. Our next talk here in track 2 is on securing WordPress. So we have Secure Your WordPress Website with Liu Cheng Fong, and in track 2, we have WordPress optimization. So we've got a couple of minutes while we just do our room switch over and let other people come in, and then we'll get on with the next talk. Thank you again, Mayo.
Thank you.